The infamous Slab prison blackout saw the end of 6 prisoner lives, with Marcus Fenix nearly joining them. Tensions had been rising in the prison ever since the regular inmates and the 5 permanently locked up, mentally insane inmates were combined into the same block. And randomly one day the power went out, causing the fire alarm to trip, the dogs to go berserk, and the inmates began to panic. The Slab was a cold building, and without power it became an icebox, so the inmates huddled in the kitchen to form a plan. Well, there wasn't much they could do honestly besides arm themselves and worry about the psychos now that their cells were unlocked. They demanded the guards get the power back on, or even just the backup generators, but they were given awful news. Their phones were down, they had no fuel for the backup generators, and they were stuck at the bottom of the cog's priority. A prisoner named Sefert began complaining before he turned around and noticed one of the psychos named Ruskin was opening his cell. Sefert had been bullying Ruskin shortly before the power outage, and now he wished he hadn't. Ruskin rushed and shoved a rusty pipe into Sefert's throat, sending him into the ground. The head honcho inmate Marino tackled Ruskin back into his cell, where he made quick work with his blade. When Marcus lost hope in saving Sefert, he realized what Marino had done to Ruskin, standing up and asking what would happen to the other psychos. Marino said Marcus already knew what he was going to do, while 4 of Marino's men crept up behind Marcus and tackled him to the ground. One on each arm, one putting him in a headlock, another pinning his legs, and Marino went to hold them down. Marcus made a strong, valiant effort given the 1v5, but even for him it was too much. They tied him up and threw him back into his cell, keeping him alive because Marino knew deep down that he wasn't a bad person. With Marcus and the guards no longer able to stop him, Marino took his blade and headed towards the 4 other psychos who were still in their cells. They begged for their lives, promising they wouldn't hurt anyone, but Marino simply said, "That's what they all say. Now, who's first?"
What the hell's been going on in this prison?